Thank you for waiting the last pitch. Let me start my presentation. So we're the team supporting our customers to easily build a digital asset business at scale. As you all know, could you slide, next slide? Right. So as you know, all the assets and the products underlying with the digital assets becoming tokenization, right? And not only just asset, but also the funds from the KKR and the BlackRock are already tokenized in even public chain, like a BITL token. But like Asia, especially East Asia's are behind this leading trends because they are focusing on building the platform rather than issuing a token right now. So of course, SBI in Japan working really hard for the STO, but especially in Korean market, the KB and Shinhan groups are still struggling with building the digital asset platform right now. So we found the problems that there is a fragmentation. There is a fragmentation of the platform right now. So especially in the East Asian market, because they are building and focusing on establish the digital asset platform, all the specs and platforms are different and diverse, so it's fragmented, which means they have a low efficiency of the asset distributions, which means accordingly the business results are quite low compared to the traditional finance market. So this is what we found in the first core problem. The second one is even they choose the platform, they still struggling with the fulfill the constraints of the financial institutions. Depends on the asset class. Sometimes they need some instant finality, or they need some high TPS like payments, or sometimes they need the near zero gas fee or zero gas fee for maintaining the service. And most of them still need some KYC ML and automated audit systems for comply with the regulations. So here comes our solutions. We supporting our customers to from our comprehensive solution called Touchstone to easily handling these kind of problems with ease. So we cover from the ASAP model, which draft from the IMF. We gave them the platform, a layer, and the asset layer, and service layer, and access layer, which means we're not just building the blockchain, but with our partners' blockchain, we handcrafted to fulfill the constraint of their business purpose, which means we pre-compile the types of asset like SEO and RWA and CBDC to easily start the business, and also give them the framework for building the services like DeFi, permission DeFi services like DAX and marketplace of the form of the NFT. And the most important for this kind of asset is the distribution of the asset. So which means we also cover the interoperability layer, kind of the distribution channel of the asset itself. So what we call it is C2CC. So all these ASAP models covered by our Touchstone platform, and that's why our clients already onboarded to starting with us with the digital asset, especially in Korea market. For example, just like a LoRup as a service, they can easily start it to establish their infrastructure within a clicks. So we already modularize all the components, including L1 and L2 and a DA stack, etc., for launching their own infrastructure with a clicks. That's how the web service is working. The core technology of these things are chain abstraction and aggregation. So to enhancing the performance of the blockchain is same as how to make the trust between the data layers. So to fulfill the financial institutions' requirement, sometimes they need to deploy on on-premise or IDC of their infrastructure, which means we can't directly connect it with the DA like Celestia or the Ethereum public chain. So we modularize and abstract all these different infrastructure, even covering the AWS S3 or managed blockchain or their own IDC by abstraction and aggregation with our Touchstone. So sometimes they build their own consortium chain to enhance their throughput. We aggregate all these different data infrastructure to handling different diverse of the asset business. So the top tier of the access layer underlying with the C2CC, which is our own messaging protocol, the multi-channel to proving what happened with the indifferent heterogeneous chains. It's similar to the bridge technology on the public chain market. The pure like a layer zeros one, we have also multi-channel of proving checking the source chain state changes. And as I mentioned before, to satisfying the demands from the financial institutions is also care about the compliance. The most important things requested by the financial institution was the security. So blockchain software is totally state-of-art technology, so there is a lack of security tools. So we founded this Suho.io from 2018 to fulfill this kind of smart contract automated audit system. All the conglomerates in Korea, including Samsung, SK, and LG, already purchasing our audit tools, and also government agency buying our tools to testing the standards and security vulnerabilities of each services. So all these core technologies are packed in the Touchstone platform to easily starting the digital asset business right now. So I'm not just saying we are ready and we are going to find the customer. We already onboarded the customers. For example, the top tier of the security company already trying to integrating in their own application within our Touchstone. Even uncertainty of the regulation of Korean market, we tweak the regulation and penetrate the market with the real asset platform like this. So we already in the process of integrating with the top tier securities to kickstarting the digital asset right now. And not only these financial institutions, but also public chain projects have demands to use our Touchstone as well. So enterprise-based blockchain company like Kakao Games are using our Touchstone technology to build their own bridge, which is a white label version of bridge of their own mainnet as well, which is called Aura. So we are already running more than a year without any incident or regulation risk with our Touchstone. So business model is simple. So while we onboarding the customers, we sell the solutions license. So it's all based on recurring revenue. And also sometimes we gave them the consultancy agents, consultancy service like audit, business consultancy, or finding the sourcing the asset for their platform. And we targeted to get some fee after this collecting the customers more than after like 2 years right now.
Hey.
So we think there's 3 steps for establishing this kind of financial institution network. First one is developing this kind of core techs. And we're in the second one, which is onboarding the financial institutions like bank and securities like that. And we aim to become a financial institution focused network, especially for the East Asian market. And we want to penetrate this SEA market as well. So I want to emphasize we're not just the local provider. We're just leveraging the Korean market. As you know, the Korean market is really the big retail market. Definitely these assets should be covered a lot from the Korean market, but we need to relay this Korean and Japan financial institution network into the global. That's why we discussing and integrating with the CCIP from the Chainlink. They already onboarded a lot of foreign bank and overseas bank. So we are planning and preparing to integrate with the CCIP with the kind of DNS network with the CCIP over C2CC right now. So, of course, this market will come, and there is a lot of teams will cover this problem. But I'm pretty sure we're the only team who cover the security, technology, and reliability, and also all different DeFi's and permission DeFi and enterprise blockchain. So that's why we are quite the leading group in Korean market right now. We already prepared a lot of techs and already onboarding the Korean and Japan customers. And we targeting to draw the line of our territory to covering the network of the financial institution right now. This year, we're going to turn into the profitable company, expected around 6 million as our revenue this year, including the deferred revenue of the 2 million from last year. So it's most of the portion comes from the license things, but actually from 2026, the portion of the fees, portion of the revenue comes from the fee model, because all the companies expect the market will come from 2026. I have a lack of time, so we have a great team and reputations. Yeah, thanks.
All right, thank you. Well, why don't we discuss some more in the following Q&A sessions? Judges.
Yeah, thanks a lot for the comprehensive intro. One question I had was kind of on your point on fragmentation, given that you mentioned that the existing state of how RWA STOs are being done, it's we are currently in a kind of like fragmented, the user experience is fragmented, liquidity is fragmented, and I'm curious on your thoughts on how would your solution deal with this fragmentation, given that I guess like each project or each bank, each institution will be launching like their own roll-up, their own chain, etc.
Yeah, so basically, during the experience with the financial institutions, they have their own taste and their own relationship with the tech provider. So they pick in different types of execution layer or chains. So what we focus is making the abstract layer of the between these kind of chains to give them the capability of distributing their issued token. So what I want to say is we're not just saying we are going to be a roll-up company or something like that, but we want to make some kind of distribution channel on top of the different FIs. But at the same time, we gave them really cheap and easiest way to kickstarting the digital asset because we want to enriching and making the high fee a possibility within our interoperability layer. So that's what we're doing right now.
Got it. Yeah, that makes a ton of sense. And I guess curious if you have spoken to any banks so far, and like what has feedback been? Do you have any in the pipeline to date?
We already have potentially around like 12 million leads in our SQL pipeline, and we already onboarded 7 institutions in the process. So that's why we predicted as a 6 million this year. And one of the top tier bank in Korea already committed with our current round as a strategic investor. So I think the bank also enjoy and understand the problem and also willing to using Touchstone to kickstarting their business right now.
Got it. And on that slide whereby you mentioned 6 million projected revenues, saw that like it was based on 7 clients. So are you projecting that the contract value is around like 1 million a year?
It depends on the types of the contract. So basically, the solution fee is around like $500K dollar per year, but it depends on the project. So if one of the security company have contract with us with the 3 project to using our solutions, we charge it with the 3 license fees. So that's the 1.5 million like that. So we count it like that. But sometimes one of top bank in Korea, they have more larger project. So we're not going to directly contract with them, but they were going to contract with the largest conglomerates like Samsung and LG. So we become one of tech provider of the consortium. So it's going to be more bigger, which is the 2 million. So we calculate all this opportunity within a certain win rate. So that's how we calculate the predicted revenue this year.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
I'd love to hear one more question from one of the bank's folks, right? Given the fact that it's a bank-related product.
Well, I actually have technical questions. So the validators for the C2CC system, where did they come from? Is that from your own or is that a consortium of banks?
So it's a really important project. So of course, the validator set is not just from like public nodes operator, but it's more like the onboarded clients, they running their own nodes by themselves. And also we have our own consortium, which means like the prepared operator. So the financial institution can pick the operator to allow the participating the layer for that.
But all the chains that are connected with your system, they are connected through the same channel of C2CC, right? So they are using the same set of validators.
Yeah, so but to fulfill the request of the financial institution, we gave them the basic policies that can be connected with every entire financial institutions, but some financial institutions want their own whitelist version of operators and the way to connect it to the platform. So that's why we are customizing the system can choosing public or like handpicked
So not all the chains are connect in a pairwise manner. I can choose which one I'm connecting with. Because I mean, I love Krung Si Bank, but I don't know if I would route my transactions through a network that they are the only validator.
That's true.
I mean, I love you.
Yeah, so basically we give them a capability to connect it with the entire ecosystem who participating on a touchstone, but to fulfill their demands, we can give them capability to pick up the counterparties.
I see. Heavily customizable. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
for
Let's
the
give it up for Jisoo for the very last pitch.